small Good Friday, there would be so many performances of the Bach Passions in concert halls in churches all over the world. And this year, for obvious reasons, there are going to be so few. So those of us who are lucky enough to be doing one, yes, we have to deal with the change of medium, so to speak, but we have the opportunity to share this with a very, very wide audience. And then that responsibility of saying, okay, any performance of a piece like this needs to be personal and honest as to your understanding of what you're doing. But at the same time, there is that sense now, isn't there, that we're kind of handling, we have in our hands something that is very, very precious to many, many people.
It's made us think about what's happening in terms of how do you separate the characters from the story, and what is an aria compared to a chorale, compared to a recitative, compared to a chorus.
And you were talking about the different moments in time at which those different elements happen.
So you've got the people, I think the chorales and the arias are people from 1750 going back and having a chance to sort of almost like being a tourist in that time. They've travelled to AD 33 and, so she's saying, Ich folge, she's standing next to Christ. She can't influence what happens, but she can see his sweat and she can see, his she's right there.
And I think what I understand from what you talk about is something which seems to me very naturally related to this obvious structure of the piece with these different elements: Bible story, meditation, reflection, prayer. But it's also something that it feels very non-prescriptive.
Yeah.
So through the simple action of who we seem to be observing whilst we are meditating on a certain text can have quite a suggestive effect on what that text might mean. But it is an invitation to meditation and an invitation to reflection, which allows still a great latitude in interpretation for the listener and the watcher.
When you're using cameras and lighting and just the very simple movement of where people stand and sit and where they do that in relation to each other, that can be really powerful. So you can have Jesus standing there while a chorale is happening behind him. And if we've done our job well, if I've done my job well, then there's this idea, the chorale, he can't hear that. He's locked in his world. And this chorale is people watching his story from a distance of time, which is, I guess, what we're doing with the piece itself.